Ladies and gentlemen,
he might be losing signal. I don't know. Somebody just stepped on the cable somewhere to the run. That was the toughest. There's so many cables stretched out for that camera down there.
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for your starting 11 for your Las Vegas Lights FC. First and foremost, like we do every day, please help me welcome everybody's favorite four-legged mascot, Dalai Lama. Now at goalkeeper, number 1, Rico Guille.
Saturday night soccer in Las Vegas, presented by the Castro Verde Law Group. Tonight in the USL Championship, East meets West. Hartford Athletic visiting Las Vegas Lights FC. Merchandise flying off the shelf. The fit looks good. The Llamas are in the house, and we are excited for this one. Good evening. Matt Peterson with the former Houston Oilers midfielder Andrew Driver. Andrew, it's simple tonight. Both teams desperate for a full 3 points.
Yeah, both teams have found winning games very difficult this season. 3 between the two of them. I think they both will want to come into this game and see it as a must-win. The Lights, 2 good results in the last 2 home games at Cashman. So they'll have a bit of confidence and they'll be really getting ready to go for this one.
Las Vegas is winless in 7, but a big part of the turnaround recently at home, if you come from behind points, has been Andrew Carlton. He was really sniffing a goal for a long time. 17 shots on target before he finally got his first of the season.
Yeah, they've moved him more centrally into the number 10 role, and I feel like he's started to shine in that position. He's involved in the game a little bit more, and as you mentioned, he's had plenty of opportunities, and we saw before the goal, we said it was coming, and this one, he found himself in the right spot and took the goal greatly, and he has been fantastic in the last 4 games, and he's just growing every game.
For Hartford, they are winless in 9. They've lost 6 in a row. They conceded a stoppage time equalizer last time out, but a consistent performer for the 2nd straight year, the Liberian Prince Sadie.
Yeah, he's all about pace, isn't he? You see on that goal, he's used his pace to get in behind, cut in, and a great finish, but when you have this pace in your team, they're always going to be a threat on the counter-attack, and the Lights are going to have to watch out for that. especially if Hartford don't have as much possession, and you can be lulled to sleep a little bit, and that's where the pace of Sadie can really hurt you.
4 goals, 8 assists last year, 5 goals, 3 assists this year, and he's formed a good partnership up top with Elvis Amo. It's Las Vegas and Hartford. Hartford won the meeting last year in Connecticut. Vegas looking for its first home win of the season. Lineups and kickoff after the break.
Attention, local sports fans and business owners. Las Vegas Lights Pro Soccer is offering an amazing flat rate bulk ticket offer for local businesses. Regardless of the total number of employees you have, everyone and a guest can attend Lights FC matches for one super low flat rate. Only $1,799 for the season or $399 for individual games. That's the best value in Vegas sports. Visit lightsfc.com/business package to learn more. Viva Lights!
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
I love Findlay Chevy. I mean, it's just a fun place to hang out. Woo! Woo! You never know what you're going to see here. Woo!
That's extra.
These guys at Findlay, they know how to party.
Findlay, Findlay Chevy is a place to buy. Home of the
Woo!
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by the Castro Verde Law Group, where they treat you like family. By Zero Fatalities Nevada. Take a stand and sign the pledge at zerofataliesnv.com. And by White Castle, because the crave is a powerful thing. Las Vegas Lights starting lineup very interesting with the injury to Pato Faz. How this midfield just might be aligned.
Yes, it's difficult to predict. With Carlton doing so well in the number 10 position as well, with Oteng and Tabor Teko are the wide players, so they might just play them two as a pair up front and try and utilise their pace, and the midfield could be very fluid.
And now for Hartford Athletic. Interesting, they haven't had the same starting 11 all season. This game, they have 10 field players back from last game, but they changed the goalkeeper. Rice is in. Sadie and Amo are two to watch up front.
Yeah, it looks, we're safe 3-4-3 in that position, but when they lose the ball, they'll be a 5-3-2. They'll play pretty defensive when they don't have the ball and hope to soak up pressure, and then we use the pace of Sadie and Amo on the opposite side.
It's the 20th different starting lineup for Hartford Athletic this season. Hartford won the meeting last year, first meeting of 2023 for these teams. Joshua Encarnacion is the referee. Here we go from Las Vegas. Lights FC's in black. Hartford Athletic is in the white and blue. An early free kick given just seconds into the match. A good start for Las Vegas. Free kick is won by Stauffer.
Yeah, pretty clever opening kickoff from the Lights. They faked that they were going to play out to all the bodies on the left-hand side, played it out to Stauffer on the right, and a free kick in such a good area to start the game.
A little misdirection a la NFL. A little spread offense.
Yeah.
Free kick coming here. It'll be Ingram to deliver. Primary set piece deliverer for this Las Vegas Lights side. Rice organizing his wall. It's delivered by Ingram, and it's headed away. It's a goal kick. Last touch by Las Vegas. So here we are, a minute in, Andrew. What are you watching for from these sides early on as we take a look at this replay?
Going to the replay, it was Carlton 2 yards out, and he's headed it the wrong direction. But really positive start from the Lights. You can see they've got a bouncing step. They've had 2 good results in the previous games at Cashman, and then a good 2-week break as well. So the Lights will be raring to go, and you can see the start already. They've got a bit of fire under their foot. And in terms of what I'm looking for in the game, it's how the Lights are going to spread. How they're going to set out. It looks like Carlton's going to be the striker.
There's the cross from the left, flicked out, and a throw in here for Hartford. Last touch by Alejandro Mitrano. Now Hartford trying to get some momentum. They have 1 road win. It was in April at Oakland. They're now winless in 9. They've lost 6 in a row. They nearly had a point at Tulsa, but conceded in stoppage time. Different fortune for Las Vegas. They leveled things in second half stoppage time. There's a free kick won by Prince Sadie as we see Andrew Driver's keys to the game.
Well, for the Lights score first, they've put themselves behind the 8 ball in pretty much every game at home so far this season. So they need to get off to a faster start, and then defensively they've got to stop letting goals in. 5 in the last 2 games. We've mentioned they got 2 draws, but 5 goals against isn't good enough. Hartford, road woes, and desperate for a win. Obviously, it's been a hard season for both teams, and with each other being bottom of either conference, they'll want a bit of pride back towards the end of the season. Where better to start in this game?
2 options here, Danny Barrera and Juan Pablo Torres. It is in the mix, and it's handled by Leo Diaz. Leo Diaz looking for the direct punt. He has got a big boot, but they're ready for that. There was 3 back there to deal with Tabor Tataka Preston, and we've seen that's been one of the best ways to score for Las Vegas is off the foot of Leo Diaz, the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, his kicking's outstanding. He's not only can kick it a long way, he's got great accuracy on that half volley he does, and it is a good weapon for the Lights.
Let's talk about the injury situation for Las Vegas. A huge hill to climb, an entirely new roster from last year after the end of the affiliation with LAFC. So a fully new roster, very, very rare in professional soccer. And then you lose Eric Cubo Torres, now left the club by mutual decision a few weeks ago, and then Pato Foz, who have been rounding into form, a real tough injury, an Achilles injury. So he is out. So on paper, you build the roster. Your 2 number 9s are both out for the season. How do you think training went for Las Vegas this week?
And it's just so disappointing because Pato Faz was really starting to come onto a game. He was the number 9, and the 2 wide players, Ateng and Tabor Tataka, were really coming into it. Like, they were linking up well and they were creating a lot of chances. So the training will have been around trying to figure out how they're going to play.
And there's a header over the bar. Elvis Amo, the 31-year-old Ghanaian. Good build up there from Hartford. It comes from the left. As we lead you into our injury report, 2 significant ones there. Boteo Faz scored in his last game. The team did not play last week, so injured in training over the last 2 weeks. And a healthy Hartford Athletic makes the trip to Las Vegas. No injuries for Omid Namazi's team. Morchadaka Preston. Inside to Andres Jimenez out of Zazu. Kept in play by Bush U. There's a long distance hit from Stauffer. It took a deflection on its way out. It'll be a Las Vegas corner kick. Well, the role here for Carlton feels like the role for Manu Ledesma against Tampa Bay Rowdies at the start of that 3-match homestand where he played a false 9 role, and you got the width from Preston on the right.
Yeah, it looks like that's the way that they're lined up, but there's also signs that Tabor Tataka is going to move inside a little bit as well and play off Carlton. So maybe Carlton and Tabor Tataka are just given that license to roam a little bit.
There's a corner kick. It's alive in the box and cleared by Hartford. Oh, nice touch. That's a good cover, though, from Andres Jimenez out of Zazu. Really bailing out Stauffer there.
Oh, he had to make that challenge, didn't he? Seydu looked like he was away. If he got past Jimenez Aranzazu in that situation, he's one-on-one with the defence, and the Lights are looking under pressure, but real good sliding tackle.
They win the second ball. It's back to Tabor Tataka Preston. Preston gets in the box. Good step over. He's at the end line. He pulls it back. It's deflected and cleared. And we talked about the keys to the game scoring first. You look at the last few scores for Vegas, 2 draws and a 1-goal defeat. They played well in all 3 games, but they put themselves behind the 8 ball, falling behind Tampa Bay, New Mexico, and Birmingham.
Yeah, against some good teams in there as well. And when you're playing against good teams, you go behind, you give yourself such an uphill struggle. But the signs were there for the Lights. I think we walked away from every game just saying it's coming. But the 3 forwards were outstanding. It's a massive loss to lose Pato Faz after the form he was in. But the other strikers, the Carlton, Tabortateka, Preston, and Oteng were really coming onto a game.
There's a good bending ball. It's almost behind Carlton. Just a wicked delivery there from Tabortateka Preston.
Oh, what a ball it was. Tabortateka Preston's playing more centrally today. We've seen him out on the wing. He's come out onto the left side. He's cut inside, whipped it. It's an absolute perfect ball. And how many times do you see them go straight in without the goalkeeper reading it? Carlton just wasn't close enough to take the goalkeeper's attention off it, and he managed to keep his eye on the ball. But what a great delivery.
Corner kick coming here for Las Vegas Lights. Man down in the box, nobody there. We saw Ingram take the corner. He was wearing Pato Faz's jersey on his way into Cashman Field today. Nice gesture for his teammate who suffered the Achilles injury.
Yeah, you always as a team want to support, especially long-term injuries like that. A little bit of show of support like that goes a long way. And Achilles injuries are always very, very tricky they can take a long, long time to come back from.
Matt Sheldon throws it in, 30-year-old from Portland, Oregon. Last year with Charleston. Headed straight in the air here is Preston Lively. You never will question his work rate. Andres Jimenez on Nzazu, a missile. Oteng knocked it down. Nobody there for Las Vegas, but Bushu gets a foot in now. It's Oteng. Oteng, good balance. A clash of ankles there between Oteng on one side and Robin Lappert on the other. There's a glancing header from Oteng, and Lappert will receive some treatment there.
Ooh. Yeah, it's one of those where when you go to ground and you win the ball, you're always more likely to get hurt because the follow through on the opposition is going to get you. But there was no malice in it. He didn't mean to hurt him, just possibly a little bit of a sore stinger down the outside of the ankle.
Lappert's from France, played at UConn. Joined Hartford last September. Ray Reid, the connection. Former UConn head coach. Bringing a former Husky to Hartford. Direct ball towards the corner. That's good cover. Timothy Zali, center back, closed the space. Long throw in coming here for Hartford Athletic. It will be Matt Sheldon. There's a header, it goes just wide. Good willingness to get there between two bodies there from Robin Lappert.
Yeah, it's a classic long throw, wasn't it? But it's always difficult in those long throws to get enough power to get a header directly on target. You kind of need to throw it in there and try and get a flick on with the bodies coming in after the initial header. The Lights have started the game very well. They're keeping possession. They're looking to threaten the Hartford defence. Hartford maybe not so comfortable as the game has started. The Lights seem to be a little bit more urgent in the way they play.
Terrible is terribly convenient on every corner. They aim to give you the best prices and the best selection, whether you're purchasing gas, groceries, or something else to get you through the day. Terribly convenient at Terribles. Sort of pun I would write, right, Andrew?
Yes.
I know what you're thinking.
Have you been moonlighted? We found your calling.
Ad copy written by Ghost Rider. There's Joe Rice off his line. Most of last season with Loudoun United and a loan to Detroit City. But he does have a shutout. It's his 7th start, 2 goals against per game for Joe Rice. We are seeing Vegas play more. I think early on, Isidro Sanchez, the head coach, said we're at our best when we're direct. We want to get it to the attackers as quickly as possible. And I think with the summer months, they're realizing if we can get the other team to chase just a little bit, it might play in our advantage.
How much of that comes from the team never played together early in the season? Being direct was probably the only tactic because the passes weren't coming off, the movements probably weren't there. But we've slowly seen as the season goes on, they're starting to know how each other play. They're playing the passes, the movements much better, and it's a team that's gone from being really direct to being confident on the ball, playing through midfield, getting the ball to the likes of Carlton, getting the ball wide, and looking like a good team to watch going forward.
A good skill there from Lappert. Turned over there. Here's Tabor Chitaka Preston. Has the run from Carlton. It is Preston. Now he's crossing. And there you see maybe the inexperience of Carlton as a number 9.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's where you miss the striker. When you see Tabor Chitaka Preston go past the man there, the ball's only going into one area. A number 9 striker is streaking across that front post, isn't he? And you have a Faz, you have someone similar to that. They're scoring there with a diving header.
And you can see the look on Carlton's face. He had checked to the feet of Preston and then was a little late with the run.
Yeah, and he'll be thinking to himself now, why didn't I just make that run? But it's the worrying thing for Hartford is how wide open their defence was there. Yeah, how Carlton was 10 yards ahead of the rest of the line with only one defender back there, which then left the Lappert completely exposed against Tabor Chitaka Preston, which no defender in the league wants to be. And when you're playing 5 at the back, you don't expect to see gaps like that. And it only took one pass to create that opportunity.
And now we see Carlton drop very deep to the center circle, and now he pushes forward to get back in his center forward role. Here's Stoffer pushing him with Otang. That's a nice return ball. Stoffer unable to keep it in. The flag is up. It's over the line, and a goal kick to Hartford.
I thought that was closer. The whole ball's got to get over the line. I thought Stauffer just got there. It came to nothing anyway, but good play again from the Whites. Maybe the referee made a good decision.
Good effort nonetheless from Stoffer. He's been one of the fulcrums of this team, one of the most likely to score or assist. Rice pushes his field players forward. Opportunity for the 26-year-old. Gets his 7th start tonight. He's been the backup this season of Richard Sanchez. And we're seeing Andres Jimenez as a second forward there in defense. Alongside Carlton. Zali slides out. Otang tracks back. And it falls here to Denny Barrera. He's the captain. 33-year-olds. Hartford's all-time leader in nearly every statistical category. And good defending there. That was Mitrano getting tight there against Edgardo Rito. A productive piece. Came over from Oakland. 2 goals, 3 assists on the season. What a year last year he had with Oakland, Andrew. 5 goals, 7 assists as a wingback in 33 appearances.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And that's obviously why Hartford signed him to play in that wing back position, especially when they play this 3-5-2 formation. It is difficult when you're a team that struggled as much as this Hartford team has to replicate numbers like that. If you remember, Oakland had a great end to last season, didn't they?
The flag was up, offside against Hartford. They had a real tough start, but a great finish. Feels like there's one or two surprises in the West every season.
Yeah, it's such a competitive league. And then out of nowhere, you'll have a team. Well, we saw it was Orange County one year really come from nowhere to go on and win the championship. So it's never over because it is so competitive.
Oh, very tight at the top. 8 points separating top Sacramento and the last playoff team, Oakland, on 27 points. El Paso is on a run. They have pulled even with Sacramento. San Antonio, after a slow start, they're just 1 point back. 3 straight wins for San Antonio FC. All the way back to Leo Diaz. San Diego climbing as well. Colorado Springs just a point off them. And Monterey Bay had a great start. They're really struggling. They're now falling out of the playoff places.
You just saw an example there of Leo Diaz. What a pass out to Bortateca Preston. But a little bit exposed up there. Well, not exposed, a little bit isolated to Bortateca Preston and Carlton. Without Carlton in number 10 position, and hopefully this isn't too serious because he started very, very well, Preston.
Watch Preston go into the wall here. Maybe landing awkwardly on his wrist.
Yeah, it's a sore one. And he's not moving that arm, which is a worry.
Helped up by the referee. A great Clips replay. Clean challenge. Maybe not enough time to fully brace himself. Mitrano with the throw-in. Andres Jimenez out in Zazu. Stauffer pushes forward. Good delivery for Stauffer. It was Preston on the end of it, so he's moving okay. And good defending as Robin Lappert stayed with him step for step. Corner kick, Las Vegas Lights. 20 minutes in, scoreless between Las Vegas and Hartford. Presented by Jarritos, this corner kick. Ingram will deliver. Headed straight in the air. Carlton will battle for it. Good turn from Bushu. Bushu clips it in. There's a good defensive header. Vegas continues to threat. Deep line from Hartford. It's a free header, and it's a good save from Joe Rice. He got a hand to it to deny Bushu the third phase of that corner kick.
And you know, that's something we don't see from Bushu. He always plays that number 6 defensive midfield position where he's very steady on the ball. But in 2 instances there, we've seen him one make a nice turn, play a ball, and this is a great ball from Carroll to the back post. And a good header. You've done everything right. Put low and hard across the goalkeeper. Really unfortunate for Jordan Bushu.
Here is another Jarritos corner kick, 4th of the night, will be delivered by Ingram. That went to the back post. Another header that's cleared off the line. It hits the chest and then is ultimately cleared. Second chance for Las Vegas in about a minute span.
Everything right, and I think it was Bushu again, wasn't it? At the back post. Yeah, he's just peeled back. No, it's Zach Carroll. He's peeled back. He's done everything right across the goalkeeper, and the man on the line has stopped it from going in. But another quality delivery from Ingram to the far post, and the Lights really unfortunate not to be ahead.
Back to Leo Diaz. Would have been the first of the season for Carroll. Carlton helps it on. Too far in front of Eric Ote.
Carlton knows that was a great opportunity. He's just not put enough angle on the outside of his boot on the pass to Oteng. But if he just is a little bit patient there, he could take one extra touch, draw the defender, and Oteng was in. But the Lights are finding out plenty of space when they go forward against this Hartford defence.
A nice space here as he bursts through there. It's Rito back to the right. It's right at Diaz. Bit of a rebound is cleared. Best chance tonight for Hartford. And might not be over yet. It's hit and it's in. Vegas was slow to step out on that. And from distance, a well-hit goal. Juan Pablo Torres, the captain, delivering for his second goal of the season.
Well, you take your opportunity. If you shoot, you score. And Juan Pablo Torres, the ball's fell to him. It's bounced up just nicely, and he's taken a hit. But for me, I want to see the replay, because did it take a deflection? Because Leo Diaz seemed to be on his back foot. Here's the right angle we need to see. Juan Pablo Torres has hit it, and it's deflected off Zali. There's nothing Leo Diaz can do about it. But that's what you get. You buy your ticket, you can sometimes win the lottery. And for me, it's a goal against the run of play. But Hartford have taken the opportunity.
Torres. His second goal of the season. His first year with Hartford, last year with RGV. And again, the fourth straight home game, Andrew, that Vegas have fallen behind.
Yeah, and the most frustrating thing for Vegas is how well they've started the game. They've been the better team. We've just seen two opportunities with the headers in quick succession, and they just haven't capitalised on it. And the Hartford go the other way and get a little bit lucky, get a goal.
We look back at the last few games for Las Vegas. They had that 3 matches in 8 days span, 2 draws and a loss. All 3 come from behind of the variety. Now it's Sadie on his left, just past the far post. Good hit from Sadie. Nearly a second in about a 2-minute span for Hartford Athletic.
That's why we mentioned he was the player to watch for Hartford. Just out of nowhere, a little bit of pace when you get caught in the counter-attack. He's so hard to defend against. Coming in onto that left foot, it's a little step over and a decent strike.
All these first goals coming in similar fashion against Birmingham. It was Juan Agudelo, 31st minute for a 1-0 Birmingham lead against New Mexico United, just 13 minutes in when Moreno scored. And for Tampa Bay Rowdies, just 14 minutes in. So we have a 4th straight home game conceding inside 32 minutes or so.
Well, it's the old saying, isn't it? You have to start well when you're at home. You want the crowd to get behind you. You want to start fast. You want to put the other team under pressure. If you let the opposition go ahead, it's just so much. It's so difficult to come back into the game. Now we've seen the Lights do it twice in the last 2 games, so they're going to have to climb that mountain again.
Mistake from Zali. Now it's Hartford going the other way, trying to capitalize. That's clipped in. Head away by Carroll. And out from Jimenez out in Zazu. Long touch from Oteng. Free kick given to Hartford. And they're playing with a lot more urgency since the goal.
Yeah, they've definitely grown in confidence, haven't they? More offensive, more comfortable on the ball, and I think nerves for both teams coming into this game, because it's one that both teams can't afford to lose, and to go ahead, it just such a big a big confidence boost, and the opposite for the Lights. They'll have been so confident coming into this game after the last couple of performances. To go one down, it's a bit of a body blow, isn't it?
Then Vegas winless this season, win allowing the game's first goal. Only win of the year came at Phoenix in a 1-0 victory. They have come from behind 3 times to earn a point, out of 11 times conceding first. The first half goals continue to be a problem. That's 19 first half goals allowed in 19 games. Only Memphis have conceded more. 21 allowed by Memphis, 9-1 this season in the first half of games. For a kick coming for Danny Barrera, he goes short. A clever build there. The second ball looked a little heavy. And the flag was up, it seemed. Goal kick here.
Nice little free kick, planned free kick from Hartford. Almost getting in behind, just a little bit too much on the first pass. The second pass.
Vegas' last come from behind victory, August of 22 against Sacramento Republic. 16 games without a win conceding first, dating back to last season. But it's an entirely new team, so really those kind of notes don't really matter as much. It's a brand new start for Las Vegas in 2023. Onto the Jimenez out of Zazu. Back for Carroll. Now it's Stauffer. Carlton finds it in the channel. Not a good first touch from Stauffer. Stauffer, a low delivery. And it's the goal scorer, Juan Pablo Torres, to clean up the mess. Getting your car washed at Terribles has never been easier with the Fast Pass. Fast Pass is simple and easy. In less than 3 seconds, you're on your way into a participating Terribles car wash without the need to even lower your windows.
3 seconds.
I'm always nervous that my windows aren't all the way up. Going with anything around a car, I would be that guy, leave a window down somewhere. Free kick is given. So how can Vegas turn this around, down 1-0 after 28 minutes?
They've got to do what they've been doing the last few games, just keep at it, especially when the second half comes and the heat starts to take its toll on the opposition. That's where we've seen the Lights really come into their own in the last couple of games. So it's not too late. They're obviously going to be bitterly disappointed to be behind, especially because they played very well, but just need to keep going and play for the 90 minutes.
Here's Eric Otang. Bending ball too far in front. Neither Preston or Carlton could get there. Now Joe Rice will manage the game a bit with his team leading 1-0.
My worry for the Lights is it's the hope that kills you, isn't it? When the last 2 weeks they've played so well, they'll have come into this game with such high confidence, and then to go behind, we don't want to see the Lights just put their head down and say, what do we need to do to get a win? This game's still to play for, so there's still the opportunity to get the result, but at some point I worry that the confidence is just going to completely go.
They have fought back in each of the last 3 home games, fell short against Tampa, got a point against the next 2, New Mexico United and Birmingham. Tabor Tataka Preston here in the corner. Toronto with Ingram. Now Bush U now with Zach Curl. And we want to say hello to all those watching in Hartford, Connecticut on WCTX My TV 9. Welcome. Hartford leading 1-0 after a half hour. A late night in Hartford. Now past 11 o'clock in Connecticut. Now their team's playing pretty well, Andrew. A bright start, and they've earned a corner kick.
Oh no, they're looking free-flowing now, aren't they? After the lights looked more comfortable early doors, but the nerves have completely gone from Hartford. And I really do like Rito here on the right wing-back position. He's getting forward. He was instrumental in the goal. And yeah, they're looking more comfortable and looking quite fresh.
Hydration break in Las Vegas. Expected every game this time of year.
Okay.
107. High today in Las Vegas, 114. And Isidro Sanchez not mincing his words as he talks to his team after 31 minutes.
Quite animated, isn't he?
Talking to Mitrano. On the other side, Omid Namazi, first year as the head coach. And multiple coaches. Omid Namazi was brought in by Tab Ramos. Omid took over June 26th, promoted from assistant coach and director of scouting to head coach. Great coaching background for Omid Namazi. U.S. men's U18 and U20s, U.S. women's national team, Iranian national team, and Houston Dynamo under Tab Ramos for Omid Namazi. And Isidro has to be frustrated. He's missing his top two forwards. Kubo Torres no longer with the team. Pato Faz out for the season after the Achilles injury. He's using this false nine, which he's done a few times this year, including with Menu Ledesma.
Yeah, it's going back to the hope that kills you, isn't it? I think he's probably disappointed that they've gone behind and haven't reacted since the goal. I think that they started the game very well. You go behind, maybe he was looking for the same reaction he's had the last two games, and the frustrations maybe come that the guys are putting their head down, maybe just their attitude over their performance.
Well, his team has fought all three home games earlier this month, fell behind in each of the three, fought till the very end. His team has one win, but they have not quit. Joshua Encarnacion, the head referee, will get this thing back underway. And he'll do that with the corner kick for Hartford Athletic. Another clever corner. The flag stays down. It's bent to the back post and headed away. Overhead kick. And a free kick will be given. Guns blazing there for Edgardo Rito as he tried to latch onto that loose ball.
Yeah, it's always going to be the person who gets there first. Would win the free kick. Carlton sharp enough to get to the ball, take the pressure off all the lights.
5 shots for each team. Vegas have 3 on target, 2 so far for Hartford. And the flag is up. It's offside. Vegas has been pretty consistent with that offside line tonight.
Yeah, they've kept it tight, but the Hartford are looking for the pace in behind. They're looking to go into those channels and test that line of the lights. Eventually, you'll catch the right side of it and you'll get a breakaway.
Aden Zazu tries the long diagonal, just a bit too heavy.
Going back to Isidro Sanchez being animated, we saw the missed touch from Oteng there. Isidro Sanchez instantly turned around to his bench and told one of them to go and warm up. Wow. So that's where the frustration is, and he's obviously not liking what he's seeing. And if it continues like this, I wouldn't be surprised to see an early substitution.
As a former player, you've played for many a coach, Andrew. Is it player for player? Some like the fiery coach, what Isidro Sanchez doing, and some don't? Or is there kind of a consensus reaction to what he's doing?
It depends on the coach and the relationship, doesn't it, really? Some coaches, you would listen to every word. Some coaches, you'd be going in at halftime dreading it because you know he was going to go crazy. So a lot of it depends on the mood in the camp and how the guys react. To see how well they do react to different kinds of coaching. But that's the difficulty of being a coach, isn't it? Sometimes you have to shout. Sometimes you've got to keep a lid on it.
Stauffer's ball over hit, intended for Preston and for Carleton. And I think the challenge is you're an ex-player. Sometimes you are giving your all. The coach asks for more, and you're telling your coach, are we watching the same game? I am going 100% here, and you're asking for more.
Yeah, and that's where frustrations can be there, and that's where as a coach you've got to be careful, because sometimes you can overstep the line and you start to lose players and they don't want to work for you anymore. And obviously that was just like a 2-minute thing, so we're not suggesting that for a second, because you've seen the way this team's played the last 2 weeks. They definitely are playing for the coach.
Great first ball. It's Prince Sadie. Good hand from Diaz. The Argentine keeps it out with his right palm. That entire build started with a great ball from one of the center backs to cut out 2 defenders.
Identical of the goal we saw in the build-up to the game from Sadie. Getting the ball down the right wing, cutting inside on that left foot. But, by the way, what a save that is from Leo Diaz. He's got he had a strong arm on it, but Sadie's hit it very, very well. Great save.
Best save of the night for Leo Diaz. Here comes Tabor Tataka Preston. He is bending it, and it's right at Joe Rice at the near post. May have been his best option with 5 blue shirts back there defending.
Yeah, it's about to take. Preston's got all the way in there, cut inside, similar to Sadie, and he's only got Carlton and Oteng up with him, and then 5 Hartford defenders, so only one option really. You've got to take a strike. Wasn't the worst one. Easy save in the end for Rice. He's exceptionally good, isn't it? 1v1 to Bartoteka Preston, and this time just a cut inside, and not the strongest strike, but a good effort nevertheless.
Needless to say, nonetheless.
Nevertheless. Making up words here.
Yes. Any explanation is needless, Andrew. And Diaz retreating, he thought they might try to go over his head. As that was Andre Lewis, the Jamaican, bursting forward. Diaz does play a high line, so he is ready to retreat when needed. That looked like a dive, to be quite frank, from Edgardo Rito.
I think the laughs from the crowd has pretty much said it all.
And the trainer will come on. So he might legitimately be hurt, but he might have been hurt after he embellished just a bit. 2 things can be true at the same time.
The replay will say all. Do you know, he may have actually landed on his wrist. It may have been that acrobatic on the dive that he's landed on his wrist. But overall, a shocking flop, as they say in this country, right? He's done the right thing. He's ran at the defenders, but there's just no contact. 10 out of 10. Olympic diving.
Edgardo Rito getting back to his position. Get Terribles delivered right to your door with Terribles to you when you order online with Grubhub. Find a Terribles near you online, browse the menu, and choose what to eat. I dive into that menu sooner than later, Andrew, for something to choose.
The worrying thing is you thought about that for 30 seconds, didn't you? You were desperate to get it in there.
Full respect to Edgardo Rito. He's had a great career, trying to make a play for his team in that moment.
No, it's honestly, as an attacking player, you can comment on dives, but I've been on the opposite side. Football's so natural at times. When you run into situations, you remember in muscle memory in other positions you've done it. You've been in that same situation, and you sometimes expect the contact, and you tell yourself, "I'm going to win a penalty here." And then when the defender's smart, like the Vegas defender's Mitrano was there, and just hold the ground, you can look rather silly. But you're not in your mind thinking, I'm going to dive. You're thinking what you've done in the past.
Well put, well put. Now 5 minutes to halftime. The goal from Juan Pablo Torres. First year with the club. He's the captain. Early birthday present for Juan Pablo Torres. He turns 24 on Wednesday. And now we'll break up this right side. Edgardo Rito bending it, and the header's over the ball. Beautiful delivery from the Venezuelan Edgardo Rito.
We just were quite critical of his diving, but he has been exceptional to start this game, hasn't he? And by the way, what a cross that is. From deep, a lot of players would run into the space there and take it away. He saw the ball, and he's whipped it right onto his attacker's head, and unfortunately not to see a great goal.
Here's a cross. Dolling is on the field, and he nearly gets on the end of that. A debut for Josh Dolling. He just came on for Oteng. So your suspicion was confirmed. It seemed like Isidro Sanchez was not pleased with Oteng. And he's replaced Oteng with Joshua Dolling, who's on loan from New Mexico United. He makes his Las Vegas Lights debut tonight.
Yeah, I think it's quite unfortunate for Oteng. The manager's had words at the hydration break, and the first thing he's done is miscontrolled it, and you could tell straight away Isidro Sanchez made his decision. He's making a change. Good opportunity for Dolling, though.
And there's a header, another good header from Las Vegas, headed wide. Now, Vegas seems likely to get one off a set piece tonight. They've had chance after chance, back post free headers.
Yeah, some great deliveries from Ingram, isn't it? Right on the money every time. Just pretty unfortunate, actually, so far. One cleared off the line, a couple of good saves.
And Carlton overhits that. Dolling is 25. He's from Hillington, England. A pretty good youth career. Blackburn, Manchester United, Burnley, and a loan spell to Trafford. And they played college soccer at Missouri State. Signed by St. Louis City. Played for their second team, scored 8 goals. So he scored at the MLS Next Pro level before last season. Yet to score for New Mexico United, and he joins on loan. When you lose your top 2 forwards, you have to find a way to get someone in, and Isidro Sanchez did that with Josh Dolling.
Yeah, and they've had quite decent success with at the back, bringing in, is it Zali they brought in?
Yep.
From New Mexico. So probably a good link up there with them, and how much maybe Zali's come and said, hey, this guy's, we've seen him in training, he's a good player. So good for the Lights. Yeah, you need a striker, you need that number 9. We've seen how good this Lights team has been doing with the number 9 recently. So maybe a little bit of a reversion back to that team.
His loan announced just 2 days ago, and it's for the remainder of the season. So nice for him to settle in, and he knows he's going to play a lot.
I don't think they're going to have any option, are they? He is literally the first man in, well, last man in, but last man standing for number 9. So there is going to be plenty of opportunities.
4 minutes will be added on at the end of this first half. Stoppage time presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas.
And honestly, for him, he's got to be chomping at the bit, because you've got Tabata Teka Preston's creating a lot of opportunities. Oteng's obviously been taken off today, but his pace has been causing great problems.
That's a good build. It all began with Edgardo Rito, and now on the end of it, it's Sadie. Good defending. That's Ollie sliding over. And this is a team scoring goals, Andrew. 6 goals scored in their last 3 games.
They're creating chances. Carlton will create opportunities for you. So as a striker, you're looking, you're thinking, this is a really good opportunity for me to go in and score a few goals before the end of the season and really cement my career in the USL Championship.
Doling, by the way, joined a team named Preston Cables. Great name in the Northern Premier League Division 1. For St. Louis City. Free kick is given. Foul against Hartford Athletic.
So that would have been semi-professional. So that means, well, it probably wouldn't have been paid. So that means why you could go to college after that, yeah.
He was on loan with Preston while still with Burnley. 40 goals in college. All Missouri Valley player. Interesting prospect, age 25 for the Englishman, Josh Doling. Oh, nice work. Jimenez out, and Zazu will ask for a penalty. Referee had a good view, but he did not want to give it. Late challenge, and look at New Mexico or Hartford now. They're saying that he dove. They're asking him to get up.
I'd like to see this one again. That one is just a good tackle.
Yep.
It's not a penalty. They've won the ball. I think Aaron Zazu just potentially felt the contact that was minimal on the end of his foot, but you're always going to go down and claim for it. But that was a good tackle. Really good decision from the referee as well, because the referee would have heard that contact and potentially thought it will have gone in his mind, is it a penalty?
Good refereeing from Joshua Encarnacion. The ball was touched away, and then another defender hit him from behind. Contact after the clearance. Gardarito. First team all USL selection at right back last year. So it's a good pickup for Hartford to Gardarito. Picked up mid-season this year. Yet to score, but he has provided an assist. Zali gets there just ahead of Sadie. Played in Colombia 2021, 32 matches. Patriotas Boyaca. Space on this right side for Stoffer. Preston delivers. A good effort pushing forward from Doling. Help from Bushu. Most advanced we've seen Bushu this season, with the injuries to several players, including Pato Foss. Halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. The captain, Juan Pablo Torres, scoring his second goal of the season. And your thoughts on the first half, Andrew Driver?
Well, Hartford took their opportunity. It's been a pretty even game. The Lights started very well, had some good opportunities from headers, just never took them, and then Hartford had that one opportunity and probably started to be the better team after they scored the goal. So a lot for Lights to do at half-time. A lot needs to be said in the changing room, and a long way to come back.
Work to do for Las Vegas, facing their fourth straight home deficits. Juan Pablo Torres' second goal of the season. It came in the 23rd minute. Here's the strike from Juan Pablo Torres. Halftime at Cashman Field. The visitors from Connecticut lead 1-0.
Friendly Ford says yes to you. Yes! Close by and up the road on North Decatur, just off US 95. Friendly makes it easy with a huge selection of Ford vehicles, including Escape, Explorer, Bronco, F-150, and more. Now with free pickup and delivery for all of your service needs. Friendly Ford, your neighborhood Ford dealership, minutes away from anywhere, delivering you the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Friendly Ford, get more.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain.
Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system?
That can track inventory, manage schedules,
And customize orders? That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for.
What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there?
We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help.
Huge.
Jumbo. Ginormous.
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
It's the Pink Box Donut Eating Contest at halftime. Hartford Athletic leads Las Vegas Lights 1-0. Any strategies you'd recommend for these contestants, Andrew?
As an avid watcher of the hot dog competition, is it 4th of July, that one?
Yes.
You have to drink. You have to lube it up with the water and wash it down. But I'm not sure if it's all carbs. If that makes it any easier. It may make it a little bit stodgier. But if there was one competition that I think I have a chance in now, the 30 pounds I've gained since I stopped playing soccer, this one is the one. So next year, if anyone wants to invite me, I'll quite happily come along for the donut eating competition.
Oh, they're right beside you. We just looked it up. Guinness World Record. Total number of jam donuts eaten in 3 minutes. Guess the number.
In 3 minutes?
Yes.
15.
10.
Oh.
It was done by Leah Shutkever in Birmingham, England.
There
May
we
of
go.
2020.
Best in the world. There's one thing us English have over you Americans, it's donut eating capabilities.
Hey, give the credit to Guinness World Records and their standard. So the purpose of this record, Leah Shutkever was not allowed to lick her lips at any point.
Oh. But so what you're saying tonight is we have a legitimate chance of seeing a world record.
Well, I don't know if Guinness is really standardizing this test. This one looks like a bit of more of a free-for-all. But you mentioned 4th of July, Joey Chestnut. He did 257 donuts recently. So it's just outrageous. I hope for his sake that were donut holes. They better have been donut holes. That was in 2018 that Chestnut did that.
Those pink box donuts do look good though. Well, so here's you go. What flavor would you go for?
My personal favorite, I'm like a blueberry glaze kind of fella. Yeah.
So that's like half healthy. Just for the nutritional value of the blueberry.
What would you go with?
I'm a traditional glazed, honestly.
Just plain glazed. So no chocolate, just straight glaze?
Straight glaze, yeah. Full glaze, though.
chocolate bar as a youth. I've kind of evolved sure to a blueberry glaze fan myself.
Looks like the contestants are ready. Are you ready? Fans, you guys ready? Okay. I got my man Peter Brisbane, president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
Let's see if they lick their lips, because that would not be allowed by Guinness.
But it's like how do you prevent yourself from licking your lips? And who determined that as a rule? But 15, here we go. Oh, they look good. Are you not allowed to use your hands? Why is he eating it with no hands? Yeah. This cream-filled donuts as well. That is calorific.
Oh, that is tough.
That is very, very tough. The gentleman on the right looks like he already did a glance along the line and he's thinking he's giving up.
I'm just amazed. I'm looking for some lip licking.
No smushing, one donut at a time. Oh my goodness.
And Cash, the soccer rocker, cheering on these contestants. I think third from the left is my leader in the clubhouse. How about you, Andrew?
There's not many ones on the board, is there?
Halftime in Las Vegas. Hartford leads 1-0.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
News and notes from around the USL Championship presented by Security National Mortgage, the quintessential defender. Quinn, second player in USL Championship history to surpass 20,000 regular season minutes. One for the ages, Birmingham star Matt Van Oekel, just the fifth goalkeeper in the USL Championship to hit 40 regular season shutouts, now second among active goalies behind New Mexico's Alex Tambakis. And the USL on ESPN2 continues. East versus West, Colorado Springs and Tulsa. August 9th, 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time. And our upcoming schedule, presented by Pink Box Donuts. Which donut are you picking from this list?
Well, the Roots and the Lights, obviously, because of our interest in the Lights. But then Rio Grande Valley as well. They need to start winning games. They've not had a great season after doing so well last year. So are they going to kickstart their season, especially against the El Paso team, that Texas Derby?
The blueberry lemon in that box for me is Pittsburgh and Indy 11. That's the one I have my eye on. And now scores from across the championship. Indy and Tampa Bay scoreless. Detroit a home win over the suddenly sinking Monterey Bay. A wild one in Memphis, 4-3 to Orange County. And that's a good win for New Mexico, 3-0 against Sacramento. New Mexico climbing the table. Here are the standings entering play today. San Antonio just a point back. El Paso 3 back. Any surprises for you there, Andrew?
No surprise, just how tight it is. Monterey Bay, you say, have fallen, and they are close to being 10th in the league, and if results don't go their way, what a tight league, and this is great for the running for the playoffs, isn't it? There's going to be a lot to play for.
That win we saw, Orange County, they jumped from 10th to 8th with that 4-3 win. So a negative goal difference, but they're in the playoff places. And we'll take a break here at halftime. There is a winner of the donut eating contest. He's dedicating it to the Lights. Viva Lights for the donut eating champion. 1-0 Hartford at halftime.
Grandpa was a lawyer in Cuba. Dad was one of the first Spanish-speaking lawyers in Nevada. Alex and Orlando grew up with justice in their blood, and they've built De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury on a legacy of fighting and winning for their clients. If you've been hurt, they will stand by you every step of the way, like family, because family would never let you settle for less than you deserve. De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury. Our family will fight for yours.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
It's time to get back to making memories and enjoying your favorite activities with family and friends. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury slow you down. The therapists at Dignity Health Physical Therapy are here for you. With convenient locations throughout Nevada, Dignity's clinical experts will get you back to life. Go to dignityhealthpt.com to schedule an appointment. Dignity Health Physical Therapy believes movement is medicine and wants to help you experience the power of physical therapy today.
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by AARP Nevada. Expand your possibilities. By Hot 97.5 FM, today's hottest music. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Set for the start of the second half, Hartford Athletic and Las Vegas Lights FC on a gorgeous night in Nevada. Vegas trying to turn things around, down 1-0 after the goal from Juan Pablo Torres. The captain's goal came in the 23rd minute. Here we go in the second half, a direct ball there from Hartford, taking something out of Las Vegas' book from the first half. Vegas is in black, Hartford's in the blue and white uniforms. And what are you hoping to see from Las Vegas here coming out of the locker room?
Well, you want to see a reaction, don't you? The last 10 minutes of the first half they'll be bitterly disappointed about, and they just need to keep going like they have done in the previous games. As the games have gone on, you get to the hour mark, Las Vegas have started to take control. Hartford have looked quite sprightly since they scored those, so they'll want to come out and continue.
Throwing far side of the field. 8 shots in the first half for Hartford, 7 for Vegas. Both teams with 4 on target. A final third entry is a 28-17 advantage for Las Vegas Light. So they got the ball in the mix, just yet to break through against the goalkeeper, Joe Rice. Good run from Preston. Has Darling Central. It is Preston going for goal. And some frustration there from Carlton.
Good from Preston again, though, isn't he? I don't mind him shooting from there. He's just made that run in behind it. When you watch him play, he just seems like he's on a different level, isn't he? Like, he's played so well this year. For me, it's difficult to see how he hasn't taken a step up at any point, just because of the pace he offers. And he's so good at running with the ball. He's playing with so much confidence.
A certain confidence for Tabor Sataka Preston. Scored his 3rd goal of the season in the draw with Birmingham 2 weeks ago. Here is Ingram. Carlton dropping into the central channel. Back for Ingram. Clever from Ingram, but the return ball not heavy enough from Darling.
You're going to struggle against this Hartford team to play little passes, intricate passing like that. Hartford have 5 defenders, so the only way you're going to be able to get through is balls in between those defenders. Little passes in front of them, it's going to be easy for them to defend.
A good win there from Stauffer. This is a chance here from Las Vegas. It is Preston. Preston has Stauffer. Stauffer returns it. A takeover there from Carlton. Carlton, his shot is blocked. Ingram was alone. Carlton shot blocked from about 20 yards away. Tabor Tataka Preston.
All came from Stauffer defending very well, wasn't it? And then springing the attack. Preston, I thought, maybe just waited that split second too long to give the return to Stauffer, but much better from the Lights. A little bit more urgency when they won the ball back.
Good defending. It was Matt Sheldon slowing down Preston. Good half turn in space, but good defending as well as they slow down Sadie. Long diagonal switch there from Tristan Hodge. Too heavy from the native of Trinidad and Tobago. Stauffer. And we're seeing Preston drop deeper and deeper. There's Preston. Just about 15 yards in front of Stauffer. Now he makes the run. Andres Jimenez Ananzazu. Hartford content to sit very deep with this 1-0 lead away from home.
Yeah, and within their rights to do that without being negative. They're just keeping their shape, letting the Lights play. And then when you've got Sadie's pace up front, you've got a chance to counter-attack at all times.
Here is Preston, good move. Preston shot fizzes past the far post. It was deflected. It is a corner kick for Las Vegas Lights.
Yeah, brilliant again from Preston. One thing in his mind, every time he gets the ball, run at the defender. And tell you, that needed to take a deflection because that was heading on target.
He hit the leg of Tristan Hodge. And now a corner kick, the 6th of the night for Las Vegas. Justin Ingram has hit all of them. Good delivery all evening from Justin Ingram.
Yeah, the Lights, it's not something we've seen often from the Lights being much of a threat from set pieces, but tonight they could have had 2 or 3 from them.
Josh Dalling, his debut for Las Vegas, on loan for New Mexico, jockeying for position. Into a good spot. Good headed clearance from Elvis Amo. He's had a quiet day on the offensive end, but has done his due diligence on the defensive end. Carroll's cross is deflected. Ingram stings it. It was deflected. Another corner kick coming for Las Vegas. Now Dalling is a good target in there. Ingram, another in-swinger coming. That one to the back post. Nobody there. It's past Big Timothy Zali.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that one from Ingram. The rest of them tonight into that back post area have been on the money.
Last 2 years at Colorado Springs switchbacks for Tristan Hodge, 26-year-old from Trinidad. Veteran of this league, made his USL Championship debut 2016 with Toronto FC too. Carroll, a soft touch. Stauffer helped him out. There's Leo Diaz.
That pass there from Carroll's what we call a hospital pass.
Yeah.
He's put Stauffer in a really difficult situation. If Sadie had been a little bit more eager to get the ball, it could have been a dangerous one.
Do you like how deep Preston is dropping here? Is this just a response to how deep Hartford is sitting?
I don't like him coming as deep, but I think the Lights just feel they need to get him on the ball at any opportunity. He is the most likely to make something happen. He can run at defenders. His movement, his pace is the biggest threat that the Lights have. So it's just whatever gets him on the ball, really.
Nice step over there from Andrew Carlton. It's still Carlton. He goes for a goal, and it's a good save. He may have seen it late, but a strong hand from Joe Rice.
Yeah, good goalkeeping in the end, but that's what you want to see from Carlton. You do want him going a little bit deeper like that, getting the ball in those little areas and having strikes. This occasion, nothing else on his mind, but he's knuckle pucked that, hasn't he? It's been like one of those ones that swerves all over the place with no spin, and the goalkeeper's done well because that could have ricocheted anyway.
Ingram from the corner, another Jalitos corner kick. High lofted ball, caught there by Rice. And, we had a great nugget shared with us by Brian Duvall, our producer, about Andrew Carlton. The goal he scored last home game, 17th shot on goal of the season. So it was long overdue. Normally you hit the target that many times, you might have 3 to 4 goals. Just kind of snake bit before he got his first against Birmingham.
Yeah, sometimes it takes just getting the first one to get that confidence. Like when you start overthinking things, it can be difficult. You can get into runs where you have 17 shots and it just feels like nothing's going to go in. But then you get that one that goes in, and then the confidence comes back, and you start being a little bit more natural. And you get into the position next time, and you don't take that extra touch. You just hit it, and that's what Andrew Carlton needs to get back to, because we know he can score. You saw there what a strike he's got on him. If you hit the ball like that, a lot of the time you're going to score goals.
His best spell of goal scoring came with Atlanta United 2 from 2018 to 20. He scored 7 goals in 29 appearances. That's excellent from Preston, leaving defenders in his wake. Stauffer, low delivery. I love the thought there from Stauffer just to mix it up. They're trying these lofted balls. That time he just drove it right through the penalty area.
Yeah, he makes good decisions in those positions, doesn't he, Stauffer? And this time a good driven pass. Doling in there, winning the corner as well, but so much more positive a game from the Lights. They've started the second half very well. They've had a bunch of corners, they've had a couple of good opportunities, and really dominating the start of the second half. And it is pretty much a carbon copy of the last 2 games we've seen at Cashman.
One-way traffic from Las Vegas since halftime. Another corner kick from Ingram. Now the 9th corner kick of the night for Las Vegas Lights. And that's headed on goal and saved by Rice. Good save. Diving to his right.
thought it was in, and good save as well as he's held on to the ball. There's so many bodies in there. I think it's Mitrano with the header, and it's bounced right in front of Rice, and he's done very well with Bushu in his face. He's held on to that. Any parry there, it's a Las Vegas goal. Good goalkeeping again, though, the Lights. That's the third header we've seen on target today that looked like it could have gone in.
Joe Rice having a day. He had a good save to his right, taking away a goal from Carroll in the first half. Here's Stoffer. And we also have recent memory bias, but we've seen so many teams grab a lead, sit deep, and it came back to haunt both New Mexico United and Birmingham. Do you think Hartford is doing it, third straight team to come in and maybe get too defensive too early in the second half?
Well, we haven't seen the initial signs yet. Like with Birmingham, we saw the goalkeeper go down at, like, I think 55 to try and time waste, and we mentioned to each other, said that is way too early. The whole team just from that just took the wrong mentality. I haven't seen that yet from Hartford, but they are. Look how deep they are here. Look where the Lights have possession, and Hartford are on their 18-yard box. That's just inviting a team onto you, and we've seen already from set pieces the Lights are a danger.
Long switching ball headed out for a throw-in. Preston will take it. Just feels like Hartford for the moment battening down the hatches, trying to hang on for this spell. Driven ball at the top of the area. Yeah, the forwards are sitting very deep.
And it just becomes, it's demoralizing. You sit deep, you start looking at the clock, and it isn't going as fast as you want it to go. You're not getting the ball, so you're tired because you're running around chasing shadows all day. And I just don't understand why these teams are deciding it's a philosophy they want. What's the old saying? The attack is the best form of defense.
In the second half alone, Andrew, 67% possession for Las Vegas Lights.
And that's surprising. It's only 67%.
Forward ball, just a bit too heavy for Dolling. Goal kick here. And a substitution for Hartford Athletic and head coach Omid Namazi. Kembo Kibato, the Toronto native, product of the Toronto FC Academy, will enter for Denny Barrera.
I think maybe trying to get a little bit more energy in that midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder, so maybe when they do win possession, he's going to be able to support the attackers more than Barrera was able to.
Yeah, maybe just a different profile. Barrera is more of a playmaker, right? Pulling the springs against a deep defending team. And if it's a game of transition now for Hartford, you want the speed of the 22-year-old Cabato on there in for the likes of Danny Barrera.
Yeah, the ability to break from midfield all the way and support those attackers could be huge, because even though the Lights are having all this possession, they're eventually going to have to throw more bodies forward, and that means there's going to be gaps for Sadie and Omo on the opposite way.
And for Cabato, it's his 6th appearance for Hartford. 28 appearances with FC Tulsa last year. Originally joined Tulsa on loan from RGV in 21.
I think so, but I was trying to look out the corner of my eyes, kind of having trouble finding him too. Because I think he bolted out of there pretty quick. Sometimes they don't chill very long, they just kind of run out there.
Now 71% possession for Las Vegas since halftime. And just so much space all over the field. I mean, there's no one within 10 to 15 yards of anyone on the ball for Las Vegas.
Yeah, and when you're sitting deep as well, even when you do go defensively, you should keep a higher line. There's no way.
Here's Ingram with a deflected shot.
There's no way the Lights are going to go in behind you, even if you're 10 yards forward from where you are. So all you do is make the pitch bigger, and the whole midfield is just going to run around the whole time, and the defenders are just going to stand still.
Preston bending a delivery. Going to sit in that corner. Long first touch to build out of it. One of our first pushes at the second half we've seen from Hartford. And now you wonder about fatigue in the weather of Las Vegas and kind of chasing shadows, as you said. A high of 114 today, 104 at the moment in Las Vegas.
That is brutal, isn't it? And that, how much of it is we're complaining? Well, we're not complaining. We're saying they're sitting so deep, but how much of that is you're sat at half time and you're thinking, I'm going to have to go back out and put 45 more minutes of effort into the second half.
Long switch from Andrew Carlton. Stauffer trying to keep it off the chest. It's a throw in to Hartford. Shop, play, earn, and win by joining Terrible's Plus Rewards and start earning today. Available on the App Store and Google Play. Now 4 corners in the second half alone for Las Vegas. Vegas have 10 crosses, 1 for Hartford. Now Hartford has attempted 42 passes since halftime.
And there's another just going long and giving the ball away.
The flag is up for offside as Carlton got in behind.
And do you know what? I think the referee is quietly delighted that was offside because he had a very difficult decision to make there. 1, it was a foul, and 2, it looked like it was in the box. Going into the going defensive as well is in this heat. With my experience when I played in Houston, it's a lot easier when you have the ball. Always. When you're playing in the heat, when you have the ball, you can rest. And when you lose it and you're chasing and you're trying to win the ball back, it becomes so difficult.
Well, these subs make sense to me. Double offensive changes for Isidro Sanchez as he brings on Azriel Gonzalez, a forward, and Tyler Bagley, a wingback type. And he brings out more of a stay-at-home defender in Mitrano. And also brings off Andres Jimenez Aranzazu. Jimenez Aranzazu is a defensive midfielder. You don't really need to defend in midfield in the second half, by all indications from Hartford.
No, and we've seen Gonzalez score a wonder goal in the last couple of games as well. So more of an attacking threat on both sides without actually ruining the shape that they're playing with, because the Lights are dominating the game.
2 more subs available for Isidro Sanchez at 1 interval. He's used 2 intervals so far with the first half change of Otang. And it almost feels like Hartford's down a man.
Yeah, they're making no effort to try and keep hold of possession, move forward. And it is going to be a long 30 minutes for them.
Going back to Carroll. It's Stauffer who kept it in play. Stauffer with Preston. Stauffer clipping it to the back post. Rice saw it early. Good goalkeeping from Joe Rice.
He's playing very well tonight, Stauffer, isn't he? Like, really good. On the ball, very good. He's got forward so many times. I think tonight, because Preston's been a little bit more all over the pitch, usually Preston just hugs that right wing and Stauffer isn't needed going forward. But tonight, Stauffer's been much more active offensively, and he looks very good when he's on the ball.
Ingram through midfield, long first touch from Stauffer. Tabor Tataka Preston. 2 blocks of 4 there from Hartford. Right on top of the 18-yard box. A bending ball from Stauffer, who was hoping for a run to the near post. Never materialized.
Again, that's a few times tonight, hasn't it? We've seen the balls into the box, and no one's really made that effort to get in front of the goalkeeper.
Joe Rice played at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth. Time with Revolution 2 and Loudoun United, a loan to Detroit City last year, and now his 7th start of the season. He strives for his 2nd clean sheet of the year tonight.
He's been very good, hasn't he? I think he's commanded his area very well. He's come out for a lot of the crosses, and then he's also made some pretty good reaction saves from headers from these corners. So, yeah, I think he'll be happy with his performance so far.
The 5th corner kick of the half, the 10th of the night for Justin Ingram. Jarito's corner kick for Las Vegas Lights. It's back for Carlton, and it whistles wide of the near post. Pinpoint delivery for Ingram. Good first-time hit from Carlton, but he could not test Joe Rice.
Oh, well trained set piece, wasn't it? And it was the perfect ball from Ingram, and it just landed perfectly for Carlton to swing that right boot at it, and just a little bit on the outside. But what a goal that would have been. He knows as well. He knows he wasn't far off connecting with that perfectly.
A couple of Georgia natives there. Andrew Carlton for Las Vegas and Juan Pablo Torres. Juan Pablo is from Liburn, Georgia. Carlton grew up in Powder Springs, Georgia, both suburbs of Atlanta. Free kick is given.
Are they similar in age, or?
Yeah, very similar. Juan Pablo turns 24 on Wednesday, and Andrew is 22.
Yeah, they've probably played against each other numerous times then.
And Juan Pablo Torres played with Tab Ramos on the U20s.
We had a couple of Georgians at the Dynamo, didn't we, when I was there? Warren Creval. So obviously a real good soccer city.
Yeah, Warren Creval had a nice career for himself coming out of University of Central Florida. A linchpin in midfield. He had a nice career.
Yeah, he did very well for himself. He was actually a very good player, very underrated.
U20 national team teammates Carlton and Juan Pablo Torres. Warren Creval went to the Dynamo recommendation from a contact of Dominic Kinnear before he was picked up. Good build up this right side. A deflected cross, and then Warren ended his career at Philadelphia Union on those excellent teams in MLS. First push forward really of the entire half for Hartford. It comes in the 69th minute.
Yeah, and it's no surprise who it came from. This man, Rito, he's been up and down all night, loads of energy, and he's unfortunate that deflection could have gone anywhere. But for me, Edgardo Rito has been the best player by a long margin for Hartford so far.
Corner kick here. Diaz trying to clear the space. It's headed out by Carroll. A dangerous ball right through midfield, but it makes its way all the way to Hodge. Now it's Lewis. Wide for Juan Pablo Torres. And another corner kick coming. And for Hartford, you'd say they've done the job to now, but can they finish the job? 20 minutes to go in the Las Vegas Heat, protecting a 1-0 lead.
Well, what they've done in the last 5 minutes is much better than how they started the half. They've got the ball in the opposite area. Vegas can't score from here.
Headed back across the face of goal. Away from Bagley, the substitute. Here's Lewis, the Jamaican. And take over here from Pablo Torres. And here's what Hartford needs, just a spell of possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see this, the little bits of confidence from having this possession and the winning the ball back very quickly after that. He's much better playing in these areas than going defensive and not getting any of the ball. And also on the second of it, you scored a second goal. It's a long uphill struggle for the Lights.
Preston stays onside. 1v1 here. Preston is in. Touch in the end is a little bit long and intended by Joe Rice. Just enough there for Matt Sheldon. Good work tracking back from Andre Lewis. Second season after he was acquired from Colorado Springs. Ingram with Carlton. That's an effort that would require tremendous ability. Really low percentage from that distance.
Snowing it, even in the Las Vegas heat. It's still traveling. That was to the moon.
And Joe Rice will restart here. Good experience at the pro level since 2019. Beginning with Richmond Kickers. Here's Lewis turning the corner against Bushu. Good ball, and it's headed over. Elvis Amo with the opportunity. Had a goal against Tulsa, could not quite steer it on target here against Las Vegas.
Yeah, really good from Lewis, though, wasn't it? Breaking from midfield all the way to the byline, and he just stood that up very, very well. And Amu just couldn't. It just wasn't enough pace on the ball, and he was just, maybe it was a tad behind him, and he's tried to get the power, he just couldn't do it. But much better from Hartford. They've really started to come back into the game after a very slow start to the second half.
Amo was a big name pickup for Hartford in the offseason. He has 4 so far this year. He scored against Tulsa. Last year he had 13 goals to go with 3 assists. But he's a proven goal scorer. And now 38 goals in 4.5 seasons in the USL Championship. That's a good ball to the back post. Good cover from Joe Rice. The goalkeeper gets there before Tabor Tataka Preston.
Yeah, and that's where Rice has been impressive tonight. From crosses and long-distance shots, he's been outstanding. Look at the time it takes off the clock and just relieves that so much pressure for Hartford when your goalkeeper can do that. And yeah, he's had a very good game.
Free kick is won. Stauffer commits the foul. Double change here from Omid Namazi. Antoine Opino, a veteran, will come on. Kyle Edwards as well. So Opino is going to replace Matt Sheldon. And Kyle Edwards on for Elvis Amo, whose last touch is the glancing header over the bar. He gets a pat on the back from the head coach, Omid Namazi. Edwards with Dynamo 2 and MLS Next Pro last year. Opino very well traveled. Philadelphia Union at MLS level. A big season last year for Detroit City.
I remember I played against him when he was at Philadelphia. He came onto the scene. He was really good. He always brought so much energy. I loved watching him play because he's just a little ball of energy, wasn't he? Up and down. And I think he scored a couple of goals for Philadelphia, if I remember correctly.
He's one of 7 players in league history with both 30 goals and 30 assists. He's up to 39 career goals, 1 this season with Hartford. And entering the season, 44 career assists, 5th most all-time in the USL Championship. Hydration break here in the 75th minute. It was all Vegas, I would say, to the last 10 minutes or so. Once Hartford got a corner kick, it kind of gave them a little foothold in the second half.
Yeah, I think Hartford definitely started to come into the game. They looked like they were going to go ultra defensive to start the half, and they were putting themselves under all sorts of pressure. And then just a couple of changes, the game's changed a little bit. The substitutions have gone on and really affected it, and Hartford are looking pretty comfortable at this moment.
Visit Terribles online and check out the not so terrible deals at participating locations. Terribles.com for more. Hartford seeking an end to its 9-match winless run. They've lost 6 in a row. They conceded in second half stoppage time at Tulsa for a 3-2 loss last week. And trying for their first road win since April 16th at Oakland. For Vegas, it's a frustrating year. They have not won at home. It's been a topsy-turvy schedule, starting the season on the road the first few months. And then their games have come in quick succession, twice going 3 games at home in 8 days. And then back to the road for a long time. What a home win would mean for this team. But before they can think about a win, they got to get on level terms here in the 77th minute. Preston. Carlton slicing that. And a Las Vegas throw-in.
I think Gonzalez there was thinking again about his goal when he volleyed one in the last minute. He tried to wind that boot up again.
Azriel Gonzalez, a tying goal against New Mexico United in that first comeback. They had second half stoppage time equalizers, back-to-back games, first on July 4th against New Mexico United, and then 4 days later against Birmingham Legion FC. Azriel Gonzalez, the Las Vegas native, scored 90+4. Carlton frustrated. Not a bad place for a foul considering all the vacated space behind him.
If Edwards would have turned him, it could have sprung a counter-attack. But yeah, I think there is a little bit of frustration from Carlton. Not really much has come off for him tonight.
A game of soccer volley there in midfield between both teams. Kibato, one of his first touches since entering. Now Hartford has committed numbers 4. They are in retreat. Can Vegas break quickly? Instead, a methodical build here for Las Vegas Lights. Stauffer with Preston.
Yeah, methodical's not really what you want when you're 1 goal down. You saw early there, Ingram had the ball in central midfield. You've got Preston here out on the right-hand side screaming for the ball, and Ingram just cut back in and just slowed the game down. I think this Hartford team, they've got the 5 defenders. If you give them time to retreat and get into that area, it's going to be difficult. You want to try and, when you have the opportunity, transition fast and get the ball to Preston where he can run into space.
Yeah, one of the challenges here, Andrew, is just the lack of depth on the bench in the forward position. He brought on Josh Dalling for Oteng in the first half. He wanted a change of energy. But with the injury, and that's beautiful there from Edwards, but with the injury, the season-ending injury to Pato Vaz, Achilles injury, and the departure from the club from Eric Torres, you don't have a lot on the bench in that natural number 9 position.
But Pato also brought more than just being a number 9. He linked up the play. He made Carlton a better player just by the way they were linking up together. So for the Lights, it's like, yeah, you just got a rhythm going. You've got Carlton into the game. You've got the 2 wide players in Oteng and Preston, and then now they're just having to tinker with the team, just try and find another way of getting together.
Carlton tries the first-time ball for Preston. He's sandwiched off it. Good defense from Hartford. They had 5 back there to deal with the attacking 3 of Las Vegas. Bad turnover there, though. Here's Bushu for Preston. Preston slipped as he tried to turn the corner in behind Openo. Very wide open game here. Good slip ball. It's Edwards. Good sliding challenge. Edwards back to his feet. He has scored. Spectacular balance there from Kyle Edwards. The substitute has the goal-scoring touch, his 7th of the season. And Vegas had pushed forward to find the tying goal, and now they face a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, the game it totally opened up, didn't it? It was Kabatu that got the ball in the space, ran forward. I thought initially he'd made the wrong decision. I thought the pass was right, but he went left to Edwards, who we saw earlier had real good feet. Here's Kabatu. I thought the pass was right. He played it to Edwards. It was the right ball in the end. A decent tackle from Zali, but unfortunately it falls straight back to Edwards. Unfortunately for Edwards, he's used his left foot, and it's actually a very good finish in the end. He was very patient when he could have just snatched at it now. He took his time, and good finish in the end.
Edwards off the bench with the goal, 7 on the year in 18 games. He's more of a super sub now. He's only started 7 times, but he leads the team with 7 tallies.
It's a good return, 7 goals on the season, isn't it? And then a decent year last year with Dynamo too.
That's tough for Las Vegas. Really, the second shot of the second half for Hartford, the first on target, and it beats Diaz.
But how much of it does also go down to strength and depth? I think the Lights, maybe as soon as the substitutions came, the game changed a little bit.
The first multi-goal deficit Vegas have faced since the start of July. Never trailing by more than 1. Issa Rayon and Danny Rios have both come on for Isidro Sanchez. He uses his last 2 changes. Danny Rios on loan from Houston Dynamo of MLS. Replaces Justin Ingram. Issa Rayan, the former Duke Blue Devil, has come on as well, and Hartford goes to the bench. Beverly Mavangila has come on for Omid Namazi. Space for Carlton. Issa Rayan. Rayan has earned a corner kick.
Here we go, right about now. We call this
A positive introduction for Ryan, wasn't it? Gets the ball, bit of pace, tried to whip a ball in, another corner for the Lights.
Booming header over the bar from Timothy Zali.
Just so deflating for the Lights, isn't it? After the last couple of games where the signs were there, as we see the header from Zali, never really getting over the ball and attacking it. Just the signs were there that Lights were really coming onto a game, and against a Hartford team that they potentially thought they had a chance of getting a victory, and the early goal against just hurt them, and it looked like they were going to dominate the second half, and Hartford, sort of full credit to them, have just come back into the game after 10 minutes, after the 65th minute, and they've done very well.
Beverly Makengila has replaced Andre Lewis. Makengila from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Another player also with ties to Colorado Springs. Carlton switch it to his left. His shot is blocked by Rios. It goes straight up in the air, and it's spilling out here on this near side. Bending ball Stoffer. Corner kick coming for Las Vegas. Real team spirit now for Hartford, protecting this lead. That was the Trinidad and Tobago native Tristan Hodge flying for the clearing header. Carlton to deliver with Ingram now on the bench. Went to the far side for Bagley, and that is over the bar. 7th corner kick of the second half for Las Vegas Lights. Now 13 corners in the game for the home side.
Yeah, they've done so well territorially. They've had a few opportunities without being anything real clear-cut. The 5 at the back for Hartford have defended very, very well. And that man has had a very good performance. He's been demanding when he's needed to be.
Danny Rios, his first touch off the bench. Luke Stoffer for Las Vegas. Issa Ryan. Clever on that right side. Back for Stoffer. Carlton uses his body well to earn a free kick.
Yeah, he had to put his body in the right position there. It wasn't the best pass inside from Stauffer. Kind of I can see why the Hartford player was a little bit questioning why he questioned the foul, because he didn't really put too much pressure, but because Carlton put his body in the right place, it's an easy decision for the referee to make.
And Carlton looks to want this one. Rio standing nearby. Stoffer is an option as well, but this will be Andrew Carlton. 3 in the wall for Hartford. Vegas needs something soon if they want to make a game of this. Down 2-0 in the 88th. Carlton bending it, and it's off the post and cleared. It was a touch there from Rice, but then he was saved by his near post. Menacing effort there from Andrew Carlton. And a corner kick coming here for Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's one of those that bounces in front of the goalkeeper, isn't it?
Quick corner kick, a driven delivery, easily cleared. Second delivery now from Bagley. And another corner kick. It hit the hands of Rice, went over the end line as we see this free kick.
After a game of being totally steady and demanding from Rice, a couple of occasions there, he's not looked as steady. That was difficult for the goalkeeper because it bounced right in front of him, but you would have expected him to be a little bit more assertive. It could have easily slipped in his front post, but good effort from Carlton.
Off the corner kick. Free kick is one. It's going to be a handball as he tried to slow the play down. Good effort from Prince Sadie to stay with that against Bagley. Yellow card shown to Bagley. Hey, you fall on the ball and you touch it with your hands, you're kind of daring the referee to give you the call.
And his defense, he was looking for the free kick, wasn't he? So you have to sell it all the way.
Once you're in, once you're committed, you got to go all in.
When you're in, you're in.
Put all the chips in the table. Hope the other guy blinks first.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, defenders, majority of the time, do get the free kick.
And now the time wasting makes more sense for Hartford. It's troubling for them the first 20 to 25 minutes of the second half, but seems to have paid off now with the 2-0 lead as we approach second half stoppage time.
Yeah, it's been a very Jekyll and Hyde performance, hasn't it? There's been spells where they've been ultra defensive, and then spells where they look dangerous.
Long distance effort saved by Rice. He has been up to the task. Everything at his goal frame tonight. Minimum of 5 minutes will be added on at the end of this second half, presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas. Long throw in Stauffer. It's headed over the bar. It fell so nicely there to Azriel Gonzalez, the Las Vegas native.
If I'm the goalkeeper for Hartford there, I am absolutely raging. You're 5 minutes away from a clean sheet. A long throw goes in and you have two defenders both look at each other, let a ball bounce, and it was a poor effort on the head in the end from the Lights. But Hartford, you've done so well defensively all game, and just to defend like that is it's shocking, really. The goalkeeper should be screaming.
And it's a similar script for Las Vegas, unfortunately. Fall behind somewhere in the first 30 minutes. Kind of get the energy going. But these teams that have come here and scored multiple goals, they're not doing it with a ton of shots. 10 total tonight for Hartford. And we saw a similar script with Birmingham, Tampa Bay, and New Mexico United. Each of the last four teams have been very opportunistic against Las Vegas, as that one bounces over the bar and Leo Diaz's goal.
There's opportunistic in one way, but the Lights do fall asleep at times. We saw the goals against Tampa Bay where Carl Jennings scored, where it was just a simple throw-in over the top where the defenders had switched off. And you saw tonight Hartford's defenders have actually been, other than that one we just mentioned earlier, they haven't put a foot wrong, whereas the Lights at times just fall asleep defensively, and you can't afford to do that at this level because you'll get punished by teams.
Stauffer cuts in fields. Now back to the sideline. Good balance from Stauffer. Low delivery, a good one, and it's cleared. Falls to Carlton. Carlton, good fake. His shot is blocked. A second effort is off the mark. Very clever there from Carlton, but he's frustrated after they cannot get it past the sea of blue shirts and the goal of Joe Rice.
Oh, brilliant skill. Look at that. That is top-class skill. And he's actually unfortunate. It's good defended in the end, but really good feat from Carlton to manufacture that opportunity.
Good from Robin Lapper. He just flies in there, an extra body, and he takes it off the chest.
Yeah, you've got to as a defender, haven't you? Especially last minute, his body's on the line.
Stauffer over midfield. Issa Ryan. Back for Stauffer. Stauffer flying in the mix. Call for that foul. Free kick to Hartford. Yellow card shown to Stauffer. Actually, maybe to Andrew Carlton for maybe some words.
Yeah, I think he's frustrated. And I don't blame him. It's been a long night for the Lights, hasn't it? Nothing's really gone for them offensively. And Carlton, obviously, just the frustration boiling over.
Yes, for kicking away, that's the yellow card to Carlton.
It's an easy one for the referee to give, but it was kind of to Andrew Carlton's detriment because they're behind.
It's allowed in tennis. You can hit a ball in the second deck and you're not penalized whatsoever.
Really? Why?
It's just an interesting part of the rules. Got your mind reeling now?
No, I'm just wondering why you'd be allowed to.
I think there's a verbal warning, but you know some of the top players known for their frustration.
Yeah. It's not great if you're sat in the crowd and you're not watching, is it? Scoring one off the head.
There's a cross blocked. A lot of crosses tonight for Las Vegas. 41 total crosses, only 10 for Hartford, but the visitors from Connecticut have a 2-0 lead. Good return ball back for Stauffer, but good cover. Just hard to break through. There's 8 blue shirts defending right now in the box.
Of these crosses, how many of them would Pato Faz been on the end of? You just sense like the Lights just have lacked that instinctive striker there tonight.
Maybe a chance next game to give Josh Dalling the start. He joined us 2 days ago for New Mexico United on loan. He came off the bench in the first half, and there's the full-time whistle. Hartford ends a 9-match winless run and a 6-game losing streak. They get their first road win since April, and the home woes continue for Las Vegas Lights. It ends 2-0 for Hartford Athletic. Your thoughts, Andrew Driver?
It was a strange game, wasn't it? Lights dominated long spells of the game and just couldn't score, and Hartford took their chances and walking away with a good victory.
Man of the match is presented by Laborers International, the hardest working guys in Las Vegas, and our man of the match tonight is Andrew Carlton.
Yeah, I think he played very well again. You can see he's definitely sharpening up. You saw at the end there, he's got bags of ability. Just maybe his finishing needs to be worked on at times. He's got a good strike, just isn't getting as many goals as he probably could do.
And now our save of the game presented by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org. This was wonderful from Leo Diaz for Las Vegas Lights, turning away Prince Sadie.
Yeah, outstanding save, wasn't it? It was hit very well, and he's got down so quickly to his right and a strong wrist. Very good save from Leo Diaz.
Full time from Cashman Fields. It was Juan Pablo Torres in the 23rd minute and Kyle Edwards in the 81st. A big road win for Hartford. We wrap it up after this.
Dear Eric, I want to thank you for your honesty and dedication while selling me my new car last month at Finley Subaru of Las Vegas. I've always been wary of car salesmen, often with good reason, but you've helped me redefine the stereotypes. You have welcomed me into the Subaru family, and I appreciate you treating me like family rather than a customer. I absolutely love my Subaru. Love, Kylie Carroll.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Did you know that cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States? Are you ready to kick tobacco out of your life? The Nevada Tobacco Quit Line can help. For free help to quit smoking or vaping, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or send the text QUIT NOW to 333-888. Make living a smoke-free and vape-free life your goal. For me, for you, for everyone, live healthy.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
As a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights, Security National Mortgage Company is looking to help you score your next big goal, buying a house. Our process is simple, with in-house underwriting, processing, and closing, keeping you informed from start to finish. With our Snap Home mobile app, you can look for a home, get financing, and more right from your phone. Together, we can outmatch the competition. Contact us today and let Security National be a part of your home team.
Are you okay to drive?
Perfect record. No one crashed.
Yet.
Dude, I've never hit anything.
Yet.
Please, nothing's ever happened to me.
Yet.
No one's ever had a problem with me before.
Yet.
Las Vegas Light Soccer has been presented by U.S. Bank, by Advanced Imaging Solutions, and by Cox Your View. Catch replays of the Lights every Saturday at 10 a.m. Full-time highlights, Las Vegas and Hartford Athletic meeting for the first time this year. Highlights presented by Great Clips. Matt Peterson with Andrew Driver. Early delivery from Preston. Nearly on the end of it was Carlton.
Yeah, Preston had another good night tonight. Pace and pace, delivery, and everything. He just unfortunately couldn't produce a goal. And the game pretty much went similar to this. Balls into the box and the Lights creating opportunities without creating anything massively clear cut.
A shaky clearance there, and it falls. An opportunistic goal there from Juan Pablo Torres. A deflection helped that goal.
Yeah, but the poor clearance is you've got to do better, the Lights, in that situation. We mentioned they need to cut out those mistakes if they want to start producing victories.
Long switching ball here. Tabor Tadaka Preston continue to challenge. And it would not be his night or the Las Vegas Lights nights. And then off the bench, a timely goal, 7th of the season for Kyle Edwards, the veteran. Full-time stats, what do you make of these, Andrew?
Well, it's bizarre, isn't it, when a team has 64% possession, almost twice as many shots as their opposition, and they're on the end of a loss. So the Lights did well again, just maybe not as fluid as they have been in the last 2 games, and just couldn't create that goal, those clear-cut opportunities tonight that we got used to seeing. But full credit to Hartford, who went away and got themselves a victory.
21 shots, no goals. Tough sledding. They go to Oakland on Wednesday, host Sacramento on Saturday. What do you think could be the plan moving forward for Las Vegas with no Pato Foss?
Well, they tinkered a little bit tonight to try and move the formation around. I don't think it worked as well. I think Doling's going to have to come in and they're going to have to link up with Carlton again. I think the Lights had a little bit of a fluid 2 games where they performed very well going forward. Tonight was a little bit more disjointed.
That will do it for us. Las Vegas Lights on the road at Oakland on Wednesday. Back home next Saturday with Sacramento Republic. 7:30 Pacific Time kickoff. A donut contest at halftime and a donut for the Las Vegas Lights as they are held scoreless against Hartford Athletic. Full time from Cashman, 2-0 Hartford Athletic. For Andrew Driver and our entire crew, Matt Peterson saying good night. Hartford gets a win away from home.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.